What up, guys? This is Casey's Raw again, and today, this is Talking Wrestling with Casey. And today we're going to be talking about Episode 5, Season 4 of Dark Side of the Ring. Today, it's about the Junkyard Dog. It was a good episode. I wouldn't say it wasn't the best out of Season 4, but it's still above Sunny and Chris Condino episode. They started about where his wrestling career just before Mid-South Wrestling. Then he came to Mid-South Wrestling as Junkyard Dog, where Cowboy Bill Watts saw money in him because his charisma. I mean, JR said he was not a great wrestler. He was definitely better than Ultimate Warrior. He moves around, do football moves more. But he hid that very well. Especially his talent of, juking and jiving. And he was well known for, I think he was called doing the juke, doing his dance, and he was making a lot of money in Mid-South Wrestling. They pretty much made him his top star. I don't know if he ever gained the Mid-South Championship, but he was one of their top stars, and he was making, I think JR said he was not making less than like $1,500 every week, maybe no less than $2,000. So he's making between $2,000 and $5,000 every week. And what's funny, well, after a while, I was gonna tell you a story, but I'll tell it in a second, that he eventually moved on from Mid-South Wrestling to the WWF. Vince offered him twice as much as he was making in Mid-South Wrestling. I would do it too. If someone offered twice as much, be like, dude, if you can match it, I'll stay. If not, I have to go. It's to be the more money. You have to be the better businessman. So, you have to raise it. You have to give them incentive to stay. You can't just just guilt trip them to keep them there. You gotta give them reason why to stay there. So, he pretty much walked out on Mid-South Wrestling to go to WWF. And the Cowboy Bill Watts went on, and it's kind of like when Stone Cold walked out on the WWE, where WWE had that anti-Stone Cold movement for a little bit, and at the same time, they were changing the name from WWF to WWE, and you had The Rock told, if you don't want to be here, get, just like the slogan is, get the F out. So, it was kind of almost to that point where, he was, slinging mud at Junkyard Dog because he left. But, I mean, as a businessman, you gotta know why he did that. It's not like, I wanted to, leave. But if you're, like I said, if you're making more money to go, there's no initiative to stay. But, then he got in the WWF. He was dealing with a lot of drug issues. I think Jake the Snake Roberts says that he had this jar of like 1,000 hits of speed. Maybe 100 hits of speed. But, he was like, you had to have your uppers and your downers and then your sleeper pills. I can understand why do like some days I wake up and like, oh, I don't want to get up. So I take like a caffeine pill, and if that caffeine pill doesn't completely wake me up, I take a 5 hour energy shot. I mean, I could drink coffee, but that's my routine. I don't drink those big energy drinks like Monster because that's bad, really, really bad. But yeah. So Jake the Snake Roberts like, oh, I hadn't done that just yet, but he said he's about to. But was funny, one of the things that these wrestlers are always been hustlers. I mean, they've been hustling pretty much the beginning of wrestling, professional wrestling, till even nowadays when wrestlers find out about new ways to make money, like with cameos and being on Twitch doing game plays, gaming streams, and stuff like that, where they were making side money. So they were always making side money somehow. So apparently what Junkyard Dog would do, he would pretty much pimp himself out. He would get free food, hotel stays, and get laid while getting paid for it. So he was pimping himself out, making money just for getting laid too. So Tony Atlas said, you know, why would I get laid for free when I can get paid for it? So I was like, wow. I mean, makes sense. I mean, the women wants to get laid by them. So, I mean, you got groupies. Even back then. So, it's understandable. So, that's why, like I always says, you being a wrestler and you being faithful, that's really hard to do. Especially if you're traveling all across the country and around the world. And women are kind of like throwing themselves at you. You can only say no for so long before, unless you have your girlfriend or your wife or your spouse or whatever with you at all times. It's kind of hard to say no until some point. I mean, it's hard for them to say no. So, honestly, I hate to say this, I don't blame them. So, yeah, Renner Junkyard Dog. I've seen him, watching him. I think it was like WrestleMania. Was it WrestleMania 1 he was there? I know he was in WrestleMania 3. And I think that was the one when he was taking on King Harley Race for the crown. And I think Harley won that match, but Junkyard Dog, that was weird. But, yeah, I know he went to WCW. He didn't look that great. And I think it was 94 when he got in that car accident. And, I mean, honestly, he was inducted into Hall of Fame. And he was accepted by his daughter, who sadly is passed as well. Like, damn. And I heard she had a hard way to go too. I think she had some heart issues. I'm like, and she looked good she looked healthy, if you ask me. So I was like, God dang, a healthy person dies by heart issues. Damn. So it was a good episode. I suggest go watch it. I always like to promote the better ways to go watch it. Sometimes you can watch it a little earlier on YouTube. I pay $2 to watch the episode. I should have done the deal where I pay $16 for the season, because by the time I'm done, I pay $4 more, but it's okay. I think each episode deserves the $2. So, people are like, well, it's on Hulu. Well, yes and no. Dark Side of the Ring is on Hulu, season 1, 2, and 3, but they take forever to put the latest episode. So I wouldn't doubt it. They probably take until the end of the year to put season 4 episodes up there. So don't rely on Hulu right now. You can go to their if you don't have the cable channel of Vice, then you can go to their app, and you can put your cable information. You can watch it for free. If you don't, there's free passes, and same thing on their website. So, but I go to YouTube and watch it through there. So, I would give this a 7 out of 10. So, I'll talk to you guys later. See you. Bye.